Atherton. I'm the Deputy Exec Director and Company Secretary here at Progress Housing Group. I've been here for some considerable time, and I love my time at Progress. And today I'm taking the opportunity to work with Adam Dennett, who's one of our parent board non-executive directors. And Adam's also part of our Remuneration and Nominations Committee. So welcome, Adam.
Hi, Debbie. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, great. So just a little bit of an overview about Progress Housing Group. So we are a group company, so we've got the parent company, and then at the moment we've got currently got 3 subsidiary companies. We've got Progress Housing Association, we've got Key Unlocking Futures, and we've also got Concert Living Limited. We provide over 10,000 homes across the country. We are national, and we provide a wide range of homes, from affordable homes to supported living properties to shared ownership, leasehold, and also women's refuges and homelessness schemes as well. So quite a broad range of accommodation that we do provide. In addition to homes, we also provide support services for individuals through Key, which is one of our subsidiaries, which is a small charity. And more recently, we've developed a new company in the group, Concert Living Limited, which provides homes for outright sales. So we are a growing organisation, and we're hoping to continue to go from strength to strength. And that means bringing on board our new board members. And this programme, with providing non-executive director support for our boards, is part and parcel of that. So why do we have a board? Well, we have a board to provide the strategic direction of the group. Our non-exec directors work closely with our senior leadership team to make sure that we deliver our corporate business plan and our objectives. We have 3 main strategic aims as part of the organisation business plan. That's to provide homes, to provide independence to our customers, and also to provide a wide range of opportunities to our customers. And those 3 core strategic aims have been part of our plan for some time now. As well as that, we strongly believe in the values of the organisation. We have 5 core values, which include being people focused, both in terms of our customers, but also our colleagues, being expert in our field. And as an example of that, we are one of the leading providers of supported living accommodation across the country. We're also genuine in our philosophy and our beliefs, and we are forward thinking as well. So just a little bit of detail in terms of how often our board and our committees meet. Our main board tends to meet around 10 times during the year. We have quarterly board meetings, but also we also have strategic away days and very much strategic discussion days as well. The main quarterly board meetings tend to happen on a Monday, and they run on average between 3 and 4 hours. And our away days are very much that. They can be, pretty much for most of the day, depending on content and requirements. So why are we looking for new board members through a trainee non-executive director programme? It's an initiative that we started 2 or 3 years ago, and we started it as a pilot. And one of the reasons we've got Adam here today is for Adam to answer a few questions around that programme. And really it's around developing our boards from a diversity perspective. We've got great non-execs already on our boards, and we've got great skill sets that all the NEDs bring. But what we're constantly looking forward to is to maximise opportunities around diversity. So that could be age, it could be gender, or it could be looking for individuals with lived social housing experience. And that's a particular focus through this next recruitment drive that we're going through. So hopefully that's given a little bit of oversight in terms of Progress Housing Group as an organisation. And now I'll just ask Adam, if he doesn't mind, to answer a few questions about Adam's experience that he's gone through, as I say, as part of that original pilot programme a couple of years ago. So Adam, as I've mentioned, you were successful through our programme previously, so much so you've been appointed to our group parent board, and also on our remuneration and nominations committee. Would you mind telling me, if you can remember all that way back, why you applied in the first place to this Trainee NED programme?
Definitely. Well, it was just an amazing opportunity that I saw. So I was actually on a leadership course. So I've always sort of aspired for leadership positions with organisations, and now I can really develop my skills. And always keen to sort of get that experience. And, I went through university where people would graduate with no experience. They went around that vicious circle of being able to get a job. But it's how do you get that first foot in the door for those opportunities? And this is what really came to light when I was doing a course and actually learned what a non-exec was. So I had no idea what it was at the time. Was on this course, learnt about the role, and it sounded really interesting in terms of being able to develop that insight into an organisation and actually be given an opportunity to trial at it as well, to see how you fit within an organisation. So had a quick search on LinkedIn and saw an advert with Progress, and it was just seemed to be meant to be. The closing date was a few days off, and thought this sounds really good, and also an organisation that's doing something good as well. So that social purpose is what really attracted it to me. So I had a quicker look at the opportunity, and saw that what it would really allow me to do was put all of that learning that I had into an organisation and have that opportunity to do it in a trial way in which there's not really anything lost, and see what you could learn. So had a look at it, and what I also found was really good was the support you would get throughout the journey into going it. So you're not just dropped into a role and expected to pick it up. There was loads of different opportunities for learning that were adapted to the person as well. So that's what really sort of caught my eye to this scheme in particular, to get involved.
Great, thank you, Adam. Can you tell me a little bit about the recruitment process that you went through?
Yeah, definitely. So went through the application form, so saw all the details sort of on LinkedIn, filled in the form and the details, had to do a covering letter as well, which just really was to get into what your personal interests and really why you wanted to take part in the scheme. So for that, get your passion across, and that'll definitely help and come through. And then once we'd submitted that, we were then invited to an open day, which was really interesting because it was the organisation telling you about them to make sure it really was an opportunity that, one, you could commit to, but also, two, would suit and was what you wanted. So sometimes you read an application and you get your perspective. This was another opportunity to really make sure you'd understood what that was about. So that was really good. We got to learn about the business, what sort of things were involved in a board. So, what does a board do? What does it cover? And we learned a little bit about risk as well, which was great. And then at the end of that, and throughout the day, we had an interview with the board. And again, it was a really good session in terms of it wasn't that sort of formal interview, really digging into what you're going to bring. It was more really understanding what attributes and skills you had and where you could help, and get to know you. So I think, the first question I remember was around who's your role model and what your aspirations and stuff. So it was a really good day. And then following that, it was very much then another opportunity to meet some board members. And then obviously it was then further appointment from there with the offer letter, which was amazing to receive.
Brilliant. Yeah, thanks, Adam. And I think also it's worth just pointing out, it's very much around bringing on the individual and providing the individual with the relevant skills to be on part of the board. And if at the end of the day they're successful and there's an opportunity at Progress Board, then that's fantastic, like yourself. But it's also, if there isn't that opportunity for Progress, it's an opportunity for that individual might have with another registered provider board, another housing association board, because they've got that skill set through going through the 2-year programme as well.
Yeah, perfect. I think that's what's critical. It's, when I was looking at the opportunity, it's more, there's loads in it for us, and I was questioning what's in it for the organisation in a sense, because you can take so much from that, and it's CV worthy in terms of any other jobs that you're looking for, going for the level of insight and opportunity you get to sit and be that fly on a wall in a board meeting and know what goes on. You never get that opportunity anywhere else. So it really was something that I definitely grabbed with both hands to get involved in.
Brilliant, thanks, Adam. So you got through the door, you got through the recruitment process. Can you tell me a bit about the training and support that you received? Once you became part of the program.
Yeah, so first thing was really getting to know the people. So there were a number of inductions that we had, and there was a speed dating style session with the board. I remember that, with the exec and the non-execs, which was really insightful. Once that then commenced, we got allocated mentors from within the organisation. So we had an executive mentor and a non-exec mentor, which was really useful for being able to have someone who worked within the organisation on a day-to-day. So any of those questions you've got, what's going on, you could get that. But also someone that was sort of who you were aspiring to be like, which was a non-exec, that you could have to sort of bounce off any questions and information that you wanted. And they were given as points of contact for you for whenever you wanted to reach out, phone, text, email, etc., to just get that insight. But also what was further offered was the induction training that Progress have for their non-execs, so loads of e-learning, content materials, and access to websites to download content at your leisure to really get to that understanding that organisation. But also then there was some technical insight sessions as well. So if you want, sessions where you might have a gap, so it was tailored to what you needed to take on. So if you wanted to just learn about finance, they would set them opportunities up for you to go and have a bit of a deep dive in finance if that's an area you wanted to learn, or if it was in governance particularly, you could do that. So that was really good, and that was all sort of in organisation focus, really getting to know Progress and what that organisation's about. But then what was really good was the pairing with the Housing Diversity Network, who run a board excellence programme. So this was really critical for me because I knew nothing about housing, social housing at all. So my background was in IT, sales, I've done some stuff in events. Social housing I sort of knew of, but didn't really know what it did, how it was set up, or the organisation. And what the Housing Diversity Network did was give us that foundation knowledge in all key areas that you needed. One for housing, but also being in a NED position as well. So we learned about development assurance, internal controls, risk, value for money, in-depth assessments, all terms I had no idea what they meant before. So if I'm saying them now and you don't have any idea, that's cool because you'd learn that on the course. And what they did is they brought loads of industry speakers in. So we got to hear from like directors of finance from other organisations, CEOs, from the regulator that gets involved. And they did loads of sort of specialised sessions. They were all had access to materials as well, and they took you through each of them sessions so you could get that knowledge and understanding. But also you then built a network because you met loads of other people from other housing associations that were going through the same thing as you. So you could really get to understand what they were going through and then bounce off ideas as well. So through that scheme, you also got another mentor. So I can't, the support that you got, you can't underestimate. It was fantastic. But it also wasn't overwhelming. So it wasn't, you have to do all of this. It was, what do you need as an individual? Tap into that mentor as much as you need or not at all, and take part in the courses that you had. And also the courses are repeated. So if you missed one, you got opportunities to pick them up. Or if it was one around like financial assurance and stuff that I really need help with, I got to attend one twice. So I could really understand the detail behind it. So it was all tailored to the individual, which was great, and really helped me in terms of gaining that experience and insight into housing, the sector, and the key areas.
That's fantastic, thanks, Adam. And I think that's it's a really key message that you're putting across in terms of the amount of experience that you need to get through the door is absolutely really limited, because that's what we're there to do. We're there to provide that training, provide that mentoring, coaching and support in order to develop the individual. And at the end of the day, the Progress Housing Group board and committees really do benefit from the individuals coming on board with us. So my final question for you is that would you therefore encourage others to actually apply for this Trainee NED programme?
110%. It is the best thing that I've done. For my role, it's actually really helped with my career development. So I started off in this role as head of sales for a business. I've now amazingly took on an MD position, so managing director for that organisation. And that has been definitely through the knowledge, experience and learning that I've took from this scheme. So it's really helped there. But I think it's also just made me a better person as well, and developed my network and knowledge for taking me to the next level. And throughout that, being really nice to give something back. So I do really think I've added value to progress now in the positions that I've taken. And ultimately, I wanted to become a NED, and I've done that now through the scheme. And that's all through doing that trainee programme and taking part in it. So I'd just say don't hesitate, get your application in. If you've got any questions, the support's there as well. So I know Jill and the governance team will help you if you've got any questions. So if you're on the edge, just have pick up the phone, speak to the team. They'll definitely help you out with that. And yeah, get your application in. I'll probably see you at the board table.
Fantastic. Thanks, Adam. And absolutely, yeah, the recruitment pack and all of the information is actually on Progress Housing Group website. And as you say, all the details are there. If people want just a conversation, a phone call before they want to put the application in, then the details are there to contact the governance team. So get applying, and hopefully we can see you on board. Thank you.